Hi, welcome back. Today we're looking at Windows Server 2019. So we can go ahead and get started with this, and we're going to build out our machine. So anyone who has not built their machine already, let's go ahead and create one. In this case, we're going to make it, I just name it whatever you want, Win 2019 if you want to. On the version, it is almost identical to Windows 2016 from the GUI look. So I'm hoping the way it works on the inside is about the same too. 2048 seems to run pretty well on 2 gig of RAM. Yeah, we're not using Vista. So create a virtual hard disk now. We'll choose create. And yes, we're going to choose that next. And we're going to say yes, dynamically allocated. So we're going to choose next. And then over there with the 50 gig, we're going to say, yeah, that's pretty good. So go ahead and create. It'll create that disk for us. So let's pop in and look at our settings. So inside of our settings, as we go in, we'll have a couple of things we want to do. We go to advanced, change that to bidirectional, and drag and drop bidirectional. The description, this is where I always put the username and password. Just, by the way, don't put like your username and password for production machines in here because this is accessible. Password. But for laboratory environments, it helps a whole lot, except when people don't read it. Administrator, sometimes people ask me, what's the username? And I get all snide and annoying, and I'm like, I didn't read the description. But it doesn't really help me because then I just have to tell them anyway. All right, so 2 processors. I'm going to drop this down to 90%. I think I'm going to drop it down to 90%. Maybe not. Well, why not? Okay, there we go. Dropped it down to 90% max execution cap. It's going to scream about that, so it's going to tell us that we got, oh no, some bad settings. On the new version of VirtualBox 6, you'll see it complains about that. On here, we can enable 3D acceleration after we have it installed, so we can look at that later. On the storage, we'll go ahead and choose the little empty drive there, and we will pick what we want to use. And let's see, my optical disc is connected over in media. No, it's going to be over my link. So over at NFS. And that should make this install go really, really fast. So that's going to be great. I'll be pulling it over wireless. And let's go down to 2019 right there. Open. Now I've got my ISO. Audio. We don't need audio, but if you want audio, go ahead. The network adapter right there, enabled. And over on NAT, we want to change that to bridged. And then under advanced, we want to say allow all. If you're doing this in a secure environment or you're building out servers, don't use VirtualBox. No, I'm kidding. Then you wouldn't want to set on promiscuous mode. I recommend VMware ESXi or ESX, vSphere, the whole set there for data centers. This is just really good for lab usage and it's free. All the rest of these, we don't need to change. So we can choose OK. Now we've got that done, we can start up the machine. And the machine will boot to the ISO on another screen, and you can't see it. So let me, there we go. So this machine's going to go ahead and start up. It will start up at the speed of, well, my Wi-Fi connection and a 7-year-old hard drive. So it is just going to scream. Yeah, we're already to the eye on files, loading files. So this could be finished by the end of class. Today's 4-hour class is brought to you by, we're going through and loading the files here. Could take a little time. You know, one of the neat features in OBS that's missing is a pause button. Yeah, you can't pause. Yeah, so you can't pause in OBS, so what you have to do is you have to stop the recording, and then you have to restart the recording, and you have to throw it into a video editor to splice it together. Yeah.
Just get Vegas.
Yeah.
Just get Vegas
I've got a video editor. In fact, I can start the video editor in the time it takes to install Windows.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah. But in any case, this is loading right up. We're going to go ahead and install Windows if you haven't already. You do want the desktop environment. If you have a choice where the GUI, or if it actually says GUI, you want the desktop environment. Now it's not telling you the others don't have a GUI. It's just not there, which is sometimes upsetting. You reboot, it gives you like a blinking cursor on the screen, and you're thinking, wait, what happened to my Windows install? Now the beauty of what we're working with today is linked clones. And these are actually linked bases, which is inside of VirtualBox. So we'll be looking at that. It will save us an enormous amount of work and a lot of disk space too. So it's just a wonderful way of working in a lab where you can create several machines of your own and have those things communicating and everything working together in just a very happy arrangement. So we got Windows almost online here. And it's not Windows' fault. This is because I'm going over wireless onto an extremely old NFS server. Which I appreciate having. So it's better to have an old NFS server than no NFS server at all. Yes. So I'm thinking this is the part of the YouTube video where you should probably engage 2x speed. Skip ahead. Okay, there we go. We got the evaluation over there, desktop experience. We're going to say next. I did not choose a data center edition. Accept the license agreement. I'm going to scroll down. Yeah, yay. Read all that. Yeah, that's all good. Custom install right there. It already pre-selected the disk. I'm going to choose next. As we choose next, it's going to go ahead and install Windows for us. So this is going to take a little bit of time, and once again, it's not because of Windows 2019. It's because of my slow connection that I've got going on. So once this is done, we'll resume and we'll look at the next step, which is the linked bases inside of Windows 2019. Thank you so much for dropping by.